Hey family, welcome to Cage TV. This is of course your brother Mr. Cage. I have a story on the documentary that was released by Al Jazeera, of course, about the money laundering happening in Zimbabwe and the gold mafias as well. And so we are all aware that Eubert Angel has been implicated into this matter. And so a lot of talks, are around this same story. And so a lot of people are saying Al Jazeera is just being used as a political tool, trying to discredit, Mnangagwa and the ZANU PF. And other people also saying, Hubert Angel is a millionaire, is doing well, and so people are just jealousy of him. And so we want to find out a little bit about this whole thing. And so I think for starters, the question one would ask is, who is Al Jazeera? All right, who is Al Jazeera? Now, here is who Al Jazeera is. Al Jazeera is a state language owned international network of Qatar, where the World Cup was. That's where, Al Jazeera helms from. Now, Al Jazeera is actually based in Doha and run by a media conglomerate, Al Jazeera Media Network. So it's run by Al Jazeera, it's by a media conglomerate called Al Jazeera Media Network. Right. So the other thing that we need to find out is what undercover journalism is about, all right? And so undercover journalism is basically the type of journalism that presents itself to a society with the intention of infiltrating into that society, posing itself as one of those people, all right? Posing themselves as one of those people or being seemingly friendly to that society. So what happens is that if at all in Zambia there's something happening that they want to find out, they will present themselves to Zambians as friends, maybe as interested into Zambia, and they would want to know what Zambia is about. And yet they're trying to dig deeper into what they want to, actually extract from Zambia. So this is how this actually happens. I think it's just common sense. Even people that smoke ganja, marijuana, this is actually how it happens. You want to present yourself as if probably you sell or you want to buy, all right? Or you are thirst for it. And so people easily show you where it is found. And so that's called undercover journalism.
Fresh reports indicate that a much anticipated investigative documentary by international news channel Al Jazeera on gold smuggling, corruption, and money laundering in Zimbabwe has been indefinitely suspended. The 4-part documentary, which was supposed to have been launched at 12 midday Central African time on Thursday, the 2nd of March, was put on hold. Al Jazeera says a new release date and time will be announced to its audience. Al Jazeera reportedly filmed a documentary over 2 years ago and details high-level corruption involving government officials and their affiliates. A trailer released by the news channel featured President Emerson Mnangagwa's appointed ambassador-at-large, Eubert Angel. Corrupt officials were said to have been secretly filmed by undercover journalists, unwillingly revealing how they allegedly launder money and plundering resources.
All right, and so the other thing that we need to find out is who is Eubert Angel? Yeah, very imperative. We need to know who Eubert Angel is. Now, Eubert Angel is, a British Zimbabwean controversial, preacher. Now, Eubert Angel is the pioneer of Miracle Money. Those of you that know of Miracle Money, it's Eubert Angel that started this movement or this kind of miracle. It's very new, so he is the one behind it. Now, Eubert Angel is at the same time the spiritual father of Shepherd Bushiri from Malawi, all right? He is also the spiritual father of Java, Prophet Java, as well as, J. Israel. You remember, so J. Israel is the man of God that differed greatly with Alf Lukau for some reasons. You remember that story? He was so hot until he was, calmed by circumstances. All right, and so Java at some point also did give a prophecy about the death of Bushiri, and that also was big. I remember that time I had also aired it on my TV show. And so Java is also a son of Eubert Angel. Now, Bushiri is very common and very famous of the three. Bushiri was based in South Africa some years back, but due to some scandals that just erupted there, he flew back into his country, Malawi, and that's where he is right now. So, feathers, birds of the same feathers flock together. And so now it is about Eubert Angel in the thick of things right here. Now, Eubert Angel is not just a common man. Eubert Angel was actually appointed officially by President Emerson Mnangagwa in 2021 to actually be the ambassador for 85 countries. Can you imagine? And also a special presidential envoy to President Emerson Mnangagwa. Now, what does it mean? What were the roles, or what are the roles of Eubert Angel? The roles of Eubert Angel are actually to seek trade and investment for his country. As simple as that. To seek trade and investment for his country.
He is my first ambassador at large assigned to promote Zimbabwe brand. We had to subject this young man to training in diplomacy. It's difficult to train a prophet. We were surprised that he did well.
An ambassador at large, I'm ambassador to 85 countries, but on the special envoy, I'm a representative of the president.
No, see, I used to sell things in my company and stuff like that, and the president made me a salesman. My duty is an ambassador, but my focus is mainly selling, and my product is my country.
Je suis ambassadeur d'un pays. Mon rôle, c'est de vendre. Mais qu'est-ce que je vends? C'est mon pays
I
que
no
je
longer
vends.
sell small stuff, no. I'm selling a country.
Je ne vends pas de petites choses. Je vends un pays.
If you see me negotiating for deals for my country, you would think, my God, this guy is shrewd. I'm a dealer. If a fly on the wall listens to the things I say when I'm dealing with you, say, you are Mafia.
Si quelqu'un venait à écouter ce que je dis, pour mon pays, quelqu'un pourrait se dire je suis Mafia.
Yeah, these are realities. Because I'm a salesman for my country. There is a big difference in being diplomatic and say, okay, so what do you want to do? Even if you want another mineral that I've never seen myself, no one has seen in my country or any other thing, I'll tell you it's in there. We will mine it together, my brother. We will find it.
Même si quelqu'un me dit qu'il y a des mines, on va les chercher, on va les trouver ensemble.
You have no proof it's not there. I have no proof it's not there. Let's search it. It's right somewhere there. Someone asked me, so when you're negotiating, what do you do? I said, I don't negotiate. I'm a business person, pure when I'm negotiating for my country. So what do you want? I want to buy 20,000 kilograms of gold. I say, it's there. I'm not lying to you. It's under the ground. We'll mine it together.
A senior diplomat from Zimbabwe has agreed to launder more than $1 billion in cash in what he believed to be a meeting with Chinese gangsters. Al Jazeera's investigative unit has found the diplomat was videotaped making the offer in a meeting with undercover reporters.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
Undercover reporters posing as Chinese criminals meet one of Zimbabwe's most senior diplomats.
Yeah. An ambassador at large, I'm ambassador to 85 countries, but on the special envoy, I'm a representative of the president. That means I can sign contracts, I can sign treaties with government without the president getting involved. You want a gold? Gold, we can do it right now. We can make the call right now, and it's done with the president of Miners Association right this minute.
The president of Zimbabwe's Miners Federation is Henrietta Rushweya.
They want to invest in gold and buy gold and maybe send a private jet, picks up gold every week.
Oh, perfect. No, that's okay. Let's do it, bro.
$5 million can be cleaned every week.
We get gold worth $5 million every week. We take it out, bring another $5 million.
The ambassador is not bothered that the cash is being laundered.
It's money that cannot be declared in the country of origin.
We've already discussed it. We don't want to talk about.
He explains a plan to smuggle the dirty cash into Zimbabwe using his diplomatic status.
Right now, I can put a bag like this with 1.2 billion and put a red tape written diplomat. That's it.
Under the Vienna Convention, states agree to exempt diplomatic luggage from airport searches.
It's a very, very easy thing. It will land in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe can't touch it too. Until I get to my house. Yeah, you can understand.
Okay.
So they can be a diplomatic plane.
Ambassador Angel, Henrietta Rushwaya and President Mnangagwa did not respond to our request for comment. Alexander James, Al Jazeera.
Hopewell Chinono is an anti-corruption activist and documentary maker, and he's in Harare and now with us live. Good to have you with us. The findings of this investigation are shocking, but do they surprise you?
Thank you very much for hosting me. The findings are shocking to the outside world, but they're not shocking to journalists or investigative journalists like myself, because we've always reported about these things. But what Al Jazeera has done, which we were not able to do, is to put the evidence and to have the people speaking themselves about how they are involved in the looting of public funds, the plunder of Zimbabwe's natural resources, the smuggling of these resources, and the laundering of money using state institutions, as they said in the documentary.
It's amazing to learn that on a live TV show, Eubert Angel could actually incite violence. This is a local TV station, and he was telling them to say, whoever tampers with your father, don't just let them go. Even just cited some scriptures. Where are we going? Just check out this.
Our father is opposed. We will go and pray. No, the Bible never says go and pray. In the Bible, look at Phineas. Phineas saw somebody committing promiscuity, and he took a knife.
And others were kneeling down praying, and he took a knife.
Munhu anongoenda kurohambama zvekuti anyorere ichi zvemunamato tombosiya. Ai. Inda iwo ukaroerwa baba wako ekumusha chaiko chaiko. Vasina anointing kana one baba vekumusha uko. Unoinda uchinonetsa iwo paoffice pemunhare wababa wako kana pamba. Asi baba wako izvo mweya wakarohwa. Unoti ndonamata. Munhu ngaasvikirwe usiku onokerwa padhoo obvunzwa kuti manga muchiti kudii paya.
Ambassador Eubert Angel has responded to Al Jazeera's documentary, and he is livid. He says the 4-part documentary series exposing high-level corruption, looting and plundering in the Zimbabwean government was edited, and that the documentary cut out some words of the ambassador. In a 5-page response to the documentary, Ambassador Eubert Angel said the role of journalists in society is respected as they seek to bring accountability. However, the use of entrapment and deception is a very poor form of journalism that mostly relies on asking leading questions and trying to put words into the subject's mouth. In the end, the Al Jazeera journalists have all the power to control the narrative by selectively removing some of the statements from the people they investigated. The 5-page response, signed by Dr. Sobona Mtisi, the Chief Investment Officer at OPL, stated that there was a lot of material that was omitted which would have provided a better view and intentions of the ambassador when he made some of the statements being used to scandalize him. The 22-paragraph response stated that there seems to have been an inference that there is money being demanded to see the president. This assertion, according to the statement, is false. It further shows the manipulation of the clip to say exactly what these people want to come out. I should also be noted that in bringing the investor, I was responsible for this team. I categorically state that no one in the Opal team asked for a facilitation fee of any sort, unquote. The statement said the documentary was not a secret investigation as portrayed to the public by Al Jazeera. For the records, our meetings with them were never a secret, as is now being portrayed to the public. We met in public places and never in hidden places. I am not at liberty to give reasons because of the legal ramifications if the office of the ambassador at large decides to pursue the legal route, unquote. Qatari-based international news network Al Jazeera aired the first 2 installments of the 4-part series that seem to have implicated Ambassador Eubert on allegations of money laundering and smuggling of gold.
At first, one would think, Prophet Shebard Bushiri is about to deny his father, Eubert Angel. Alas, he's finding a better way of actually, protecting and defending him. And so just check out this.
Somebody came to me, he's like, I want to tell you something. I said, okay, I'm hearing. He's like, your spiritual father, Prophet Angel, this, that, waste of time. You come to tell me. Don't even start. You don't just start. Don't even start. I always tell you, my spiritual father, he's not my financial father. He's not my physical father. He is my spiritual. What I look in him is the spiritual. The rest, my eyes are blind. He is my spiritual father. I already have my biological father at home. He is my spiritual. When I look at him, what can I learn that can grow me? He said, you don't come to me. But I knew it was a spirit of jealousy. Because if I had separated, I could not have grown the way I've grown. I'm not. Don't even try. Don't even try it. I know the enemy. You see, for people to go, to be hiding, to interview a man of God, to do this whole propaganda, is to destroy that person, not because they want to destroy the person, but want to destroy me who follows that person. So it's not his battle, it is a battle for his children. Whole set up and traps. It's for me, for my faith. Am I crazy? I have discernment of spirits. I know what is happening. Did you hear? In fact, I heard it and I read it and I saw it. So what? I'll show you that he's my spiritual father. He will walk out of this properly. That's when you will know that why I submit. He can meet trouble and walk out.
So Java is a very controversial guy or man of God, and so this is what he had to say in terms of defending his spiritual father.
Exposer Prophet Eubert Angel. Why? Prophet Angel anombobvera wakaita maskandals akadaro. Kusvika zvangonzi vati pamberi naIDI vangonzi vaiswa paambassador. Vanhu chavasingazive manje nzwai. Uambassador wa Prophet Angel hausi uya hwechikoro uya hwemaambassador anogadzwa. Wakambowanzwa pawakanzwa swanini here panoungana maambassador kana mameeting avamo. Why? Because Ambassador Prophet Eubert Angel basa ravo nderekuunza mainvestor muZimbabwe. So avani nekunzanzi vane embassy kuMorocco kana kuAmerica kana ndekunza business people vaise, because Vision 2030 iri kuti Zimbabwe is open for business. Mubasa ravo imamo he has his liberty to find ways to bring my investors in Zimbabwe. Vova believisa so mungo zeti no believisa isu. Voma believisa vonza mari. Al Jazeera yaibuditse zvinhu zvongoti hanzi kwaitwa meetings angatibuditse. Inenge yatobhadharwa. It's a politics. Politics dzichitoitwa inenge yatobhadharwa. This is an attack. Some of these pastors, they are jealous because of the success that prophets have in ministry. Yes.
We are speaking holy things. People like Pastor Java, they too, they are speaking. Jesus Christ.
Because Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. That's why in these last days, authenticity of any man of God will always be character and fruit.
Because I was not doing it. It was not me doing it. It's my calling. The great one called me to do it. Who am I? My calling empowers me to have that authority in the body of Christ. And that is the reason why I paid the price in terms of physical discipline to live right, so that I can have the moral latitude to tell you that you are in sin, that you are in darkness even now.
Now, just like everybody would guess, Eubert Angel Mnangagwa and its government are in the thick of things. And so one would say, what do we do? Should we keep Eubert Angel, or should we let go of him so that we save the bigger picture, ZANU-PF? What do we do? And so rumor has it that he has relinquished, or he's been fired so as to save ZANU-PF and Mnangagwa. And so there is a white man with this report. Just check it out.
I can tell you that the so-called pastor, the guy who claimed to be a Christian pastor, has been stripped of his diplomatic passport. In fact, he's had his passport removed from him, and the president has stripped him of all status. He might, in fact, fail jail time.
We reported earlier that when the first installment of the 4-part series was aired, the chieftains of the ZANU-PF party were livid and convened an emergency meeting to sacrifice the ambassador to save the face of the party after being seen to be involved in money laundering. Other reports suggest that he could face a jail term as a result of the criminality of the offense.
Well, I think the 1.5 billion is an underestimate, substantial underestimate. Transparency International reckon we've lost $100 billion since independence 42 years ago. Corruption is a criminal offense, and it is subject to the most severe punishment that's in the book.
Money laundering prescribes up to 20 years jail term for offenders. Meanwhile, one of the architects in the documentary, Ewan Macmillan, has reportedly fled Zimbabwe with his family after being exposed in the documentary.
Even when we were at school, we were taught that democracy is ruled by the people and for the people. And so all of these things, in every sense, affects every Zimbabwean. And so Zimbabweans can never be left in the picture. And so Zimbabweans in the diaspora have risen, and also from the local, they're saying we need to find a way of having Eubert Angel arrested. Whether he's in Dubai, whether he's in UK, we need to find a way of having him arrested. Just check this spot.
Ripples of the Al Jazeera documentary is being felt in every corner of the world. Some Zimbabweans in the United Kingdom are up in arms. They are pushing an agenda to have Eubert Angel arrested and prosecuted by the UK government. Based in the UK and simply known as Brother Howard, he has made a clarion call to galvanize support to have Eubert Angel arrested following the Al Jazeera documentary.
To mobilize my fellow countrymen, whether you are in UK, South Africa, Dubai, Singapore, Qatar, wherever you are, or Canada, Australia. Kungotora placard rako woenda, so what if this person is a money launderer? Once the authorities know, he might be in trouble. So let us rise up, Zimbabweans. We can do something about Angel Eubert. Angel Eubert must be arrested in the UK.
He said, just as they did to Pastor Walter Masocha, who had to step down as the leader of his ministry after his shenanigans were exposed, Eubert Angel should be arrested in the UK.
We live in a global village, and social media has brought everything so close to us. And so just about last week, I met some very good friends of mine that were en route from Tanzania through Zambia into Zimbabwe. And so they made a stopover. And so we had a serious chat about the happenings and the occurrences right there of Zimbabwe. And so they shared with me to say the looting we're witnessing, the plundering of the economy, and also the stealing of money, issues to do with gold mafias, and also money laundering happening right there, is a direct effect of the bad governance of Emmerson Mnangagwa. And they also went on to say they don't really expect anything good from their president, Emmerson Mnangagwa. Why? Because he comes from the old crop of Robert Mugabe. And so, birds of the same feather flock together.
Meanwhile, back in Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe African People's Union, ZAPU, has threatened to take the law into their own hands if those implicated in the documentary, including the president, did not resign with immediate effect. We implore all those implicated, including those yet to be implicated, to relinquish public office immediately for private citizens to bring confidence to the general population by exposing the real culprits in government robes. ZAPU calls on all Zimbabweans, civic organizations, political parties, religious groups, student movements, and the youth to prepare for action that would demand that those implicated must account for their actions. The statement further said ZAPU is ready and willing to be part of a revolutionary effort to right the wrongs of the country. Very interesting times ahead.